In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If any CAF members sustain an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98.
Sgt Stretch reporting for duty, sir! Hi everyone, I'm Sgt Stretch, and let's get right into today's yoga class. Today's class is going to be all about balance, but before we start balancing, we're going to slow things down. So let's get on our mats, and we're going to come into crocodile breath. So lying on our stomachs, put your head down, close your eyes for the first couple of minutes, and just breathe really deep, like you're a sleeping crocodile, just wading in the water. Let your whole body relax as you're resting in crocodile. And take big, deep breaths so you feel your tummy press into your mat. Perfect, and your crocodile is going to start to wake up as we bring our hands underneath our shoulders, and let's press back into downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a couple of times, move your hips around a little bit here, just getting settled. And then looking to your hands, take a big giant step all the way up there. And then let yourself just hang forward, and then take a big deep breath all the way up. And let's take a couple of sun salutations here. Exhale, fold forward. You're going to reach down towards your toes. Inhale, bring your hands to your knees. And then breathe out, bring your hands down to your mat, step back into a high push-up. And then from knees or from toes, lower all the way down. Tuck the toes under and inhale, lifting for cobra. Eyes look up. Flatten all the way down. And then let's do a push-up here. Press back to downward facing dog. Look to your hands, step in there. Relax your back, lower your head. Inhale, take a big breath all the way up, look up, reach up. And let's do one more of those. Fold down, reach for your toes. Bring your hands to your knees, look ahead. Reach for the ground, step back. And then let's go lower all the way down. Turn the toes under and inhale for cobra. Flatten and push up and go to downward dog. So push your bum all the way back. Perfect. Looking to your hands, step in there. Let yourself hang heavy like a rag doll. Give your head a little shake. And then let's take a big breath. Reach all the way up like you're looking up to the sun. And then bring your hands down to your heart. All right, now that we're a little bit warmed up, let's get into some balance postures. And feel free, if you need to go somewhere close to a wall so you can use it for balance, or use a chair or maybe your couch. So the first pose we're going to do is called tree pose. So we're going to put our hands on our heart and you're gonna pick up your right leg, and you're just gonna rest it on the side where your knee bends out to the side. Try to find your balance here, and then see if you can reach your tree branches, your arms way up high. And maybe look up. Perfect. Who still has their balance? Let's bring our arms back down, and let's step down. And if you lost your balance, that's always okay. That's how we get better. All right, let's do it on the other side. So lifting the other foot up. Find your balance as best you can. And then let's grow our big, strong tree branches. Maybe look up towards those branches or up towards the sun. Perfect, and stepping down. Find your balance here. Give your feet a little wiggle. Our feet have to work really hard when we're doing lots of balance. Okay, the next move that we're going into is called dancer's pose. So I'm going to turn sideways for a sec so that you can see a little bit better. So what I want you to do is I want you to kick your right leg back, and you're going to hold it with your hand. So starting here, we're just balancing on one foot, and then lift your left arm up. So if this is hard for you, you're going to stay right here. If you think you can make it a little bit more tricky, you're going to tip forward and like you're kicking your bum away, or your foot away from your bum rather. Kind of like you're making a circle. Find your balance here. Breathe. Perfect, and stepping down. And that's dancer's pose. So let's try it on the other side. So starting by holding your left foot with your left hand. Reach your right arm up to the roof. Make sure you're steady here. And then if you're steady, start to lean forward a little bit. Kick your foot out, but hang on to it. Very nice. Stepping down. Let's give our feet a little wiggle again. Perfect. So you guys all know the next pose we're going into. It is our jet fighter pose. So let's stretch our arms out really wide like an airplane. And then we're going to kick our right leg back as we fold forward. And once we're steady and we take flight, let's go into full jet mode. Bring the arms back by our sides so we can turn those afterburners on and we can fly super fast. Perfect. Stepping down. You guys are getting really good at that one. That's one of Sgt Stretch's favorite poses. Perfect. Let's do it on the other side. So stretch your arms out really, really far. And then when you're ready, you're going to kick your left leg back, all the way back, all the way back. Find your balance. And then let's go into jet mode. Arms tucked back by our sides. We are a fighter jet. We are flying fast. Perfect. And stepping down. All right, I think we have time for one more balance pose, and it's called half moon. So this one's a little bit extra tricky, but we're going to give it a try. And like I said, feel free to go close to a wall if it helps you with your balance. So we're going to take our feet a little bit apart. Good. And then what I want you to do is I want you to point your left toes out towards the front of your mat, and you can reach your left arm out. And bring your right hand and put it on your hip. And your back foot is just going to stay flat here. Perfect. So you're going to take your left hand, you're going to bring it down, you're going to put it on the floor about a foot ahead of you. So maybe for you it's going to be a couple of your feet, but a couple of feet forward. Bring your thumb in line with your pinky toe so that your arm is a little bit forward, and then we're going to lift our back leg up to come into half moon. And if you can, take your hand off your hip and reach it up. And then maybe take your eyes and look up towards your top hand. Who's got their balance? Perfect, let's stand it up. And don't worry if you lost your balance. That's a really tough one, but you can practice at home. All right, let's do it on the other side. So take our legs a little bit wider than shoulder width. And then you want to turn your right toes and point them the other way. Good, take your left hand, put it on your hip. Your right hand reaches forward, and then we're going to bring it down, and we're gonna stretch it forward a little bit. So make sure you have a little bit of space between your foot and your hand, thumb in line with pinky toe. I just draw a line, and then I stop my hand. And then when you're ready, lift up the back leg as high as you can. If you feel steady, take your hand off your waist, reach it to the roof, and then maybe turn to look at me. Yay! Perfect, and let's stand back up. All right, so that's all of our balance poses for today. Let's finish with something quiet and easy, what we call Savasana, or stealth mode. So go ahead, climb on your mat, and you're gonna lie down on your back. Get comfy here if you want a pillow, if you want a blanket. Just let yourself get settled in. Maybe you want to rest with your hands just on your tummy here. Close your eyes as we're getting really quiet for the next few breaths. So it's like we're in stealth mode. Nobody can hear us. Nobody can see us. We're very, very quiet. So see how quiet you can be today. Good, and we're going to start to come out of stealth mode, just wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, taking some nice big deep breaths. Maybe take a big stretch over your head. Good, and roll over onto one side. And just resting there for a couple of breaths. And then let's go ahead and sit up and get nice and comfortable. And we'll finish class with our hands at our heart. Thank you so much for joining me today, Sgt Stretch. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.